everybody. Welcome back to another weekly Monday Live where we talk about game news. I'm AK and I like to come on here and give my opinions about games. And some people like to listen, and we just have a lot of fun over here. Again, like every other week, if you guys are new or if you have been here a while, I'd love to hear your opinions about some of the news that we are talking about. I'd love to hear it in chat. As long as they are respectful opinions, I will most likely respond to them. Hey, welcome back, Ari. Welcome to the chat. One of our regulars here. I do want to thank all the regulars who come out every week. You are very noticed, and I really appreciate you guys. Welcome back, Carl Johnson. Welcome back, Mast. How's it going? Yeah, so we don't have as much news as we usually do this week, but we do have some. So I'm excited to get going with it. Hey Tay, I am doing pretty good. How are you? I'm excited to be back this week. Yeah. So hopefully, I think it's okay. So the first thing that I wanted to talk about today. Now, I don't know. I've talked about PlayStation VR a few times on my channel, and people who have been back know my opinions about it and such. But my main opinion about PlayStation VR, and I guess either one or two, is they don't have a lot of games, right? So I don't know. I guess they come out with games. They come out with games, but then sometimes they're not even good, the games they do come out with, and it's not enough games. But I just ran across this article that Beat Saber is pretty much not going to be on PSVR anymore. And I just think it's funny because Beat Saber is actually like one of the classic games that you could play on a VR. You could actually play it on PSVR. You could also play it on Oculus. I know those two for sure. I don't know if you could play it on other VR headsets, but Beat Saber is a pretty classic game, and it's really fun if you've ever played it. But I'm gonna read this, and then I have a couple more things to say about it. But Beat Saber is officially ending support for PlayStation VR or PSVR and PlayStation VR 2, PSVR 2. The announcement came via a post on social media and the game's official website. As of this month, June 2025, Beat Games, the developer behind the popular title, will no longer release updates for the PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5 versions of the game. Despite this decision, developer Beat Games says that his passion for VR still remains unwavering. So I wonder, are they going to be coming out with a new game at all, or are they just done? I could see if they stopped this and then came out with a new game, because I don't think there's a Beat Saber 2. Let me double check just to make sure. I don't think I've ever heard of a Beat Saber 2. Yeah, there's no Beat Saber 2. Yeah. So, they're pretty much just getting rid of it and staying quiet, I guess. We are excited about the possibilities that lie ahead and what we can bring to the Beat Saber fans who have been on this journey with us over the past 7 years, which is crazy. So it's I could see how they want to end it, but I feel like they should be coming out with something else in place of it, because it is a fun game if you ever played it. As far as what happens for those with games on PSVR and PSVR 2, Beat Saber will remain playable, and access to previous purchase content will remain. The game will also remain available for purchase, and you can play or buy songs from the game that were released before June 18, 2025. Regarding multiplayer, however, that will be sunsetting in the future, starting January 21st, 2026. So you have a little bit of time. Multiplayer for Beat Saber on PSVR and PSVR 2 will no longer be available. We are grateful for the incredible support you've shown us over the years, and we're excited to share what the future holds for Beat Saber, the studio said. So Beat Saber will continue to have support on Steam and MetaQuest with the new updates and content releases. So that's kind of crazy. I wonder what's making them pull off of PlayStation. Like, it has to be something to it. Um, it definitely has to be something to it, because I don't know if it's just that PlayStation VR just isn't selling as good, which would make a lot of sense because, I mean, hey, I've been talking about that on my channel for a while, that PlayStation VR just isn't hitting like it needs to hit, you know? Um, but Beat Saber was probably one of the best games on VR. Um, so it's kind of sad that PlayStation is kind of taking away some games and people are pulling away from PlayStation VR because they really need to be adding more to the catalog because there's barely anything. So it's kind of sad to see. But I think recently in the newest State of Play, they did announce some new PlayStation VR games. Let me see if I could find or show you guys. But it's never a lot. Like, whenever they showcase it in whenever they showcase it like in the State of Play, it's never like a lot of them. It's always like one or two of them. So I remember seeing this one, Alien Rogue Incursion, Hitman World of Assassination, which could be interesting, but as I've talked about before, I feel like VR can get kind of nauseating. I've had that problem before, so I'm curious to see like how this would look and play out. Midnight Walk almost looks like something from Little Nightmares. Lo-Fi, Wanderer, Fragments of Fate, and these are all, well, some of them have a release date, but then some of them don't. So like the Hitman one came out a couple months ago. This one just says spring 2025, so if it hasn't come out yet, it got pushed back. And then a lot of these are just pretty much TBD. Aces of Thunder, yeah, this one's TBD. So this is like a handful of games. It's barely anything. So they really need to do better with the PlayStation VR 2 because we are pretty much getting nothing. And it's kind of sad to see. So, yeah. On some more news, we are getting a Silent Hill movie. Now, I have been talking about Silent Hill for a bit because they have been in recent news because they're coming out with Silent Hill F. And then they also recently came out with Silent Hill 2 Remake. But Silent Hill F looks really, really good. And I've been talking about it a lot. It's like based in Japan, has beautiful art, has this like doll concept that they got going for them. It looks really, really good. But they are now coming out with a Silent Hill movie. I honestly think Silent Hill might actually make a good movie because their games are very, very cinematic like. And I feel like it could make a good movie. This is probably one of the only times you'd actually hear me say that a game would actually make a good movie because another game that supposedly is coming out, or I don't know if it's going to be a game or if it's going to be a movie, or not a game. I don't know if it's going to be a TV show or a movie, but the God of War series or whatever, they're supposed to be coming out with a series or a movie or something. I think it's a series, but that's something I'm not looking forward to. I feel like sometimes it's just too much I just don't think it'll be a good game because it's too much in the game that they would have to try to incorporate in the series or in the movie or whatever. And I just feel like it would be a lot. But if you guys have different opinions, definitely let me know. I don't know. Sometimes I just don't know if it'd make a good thing. But I can see Silent Hill making a good movie. So Return to Silent Hill comes to theaters in January. Return to Silent Hill is set to hit theaters in January 2026. According to a new report from Deadline, Return to Silent Hill will release on January 23rd, 2026. The movie is set to star Jeremy Irvine as James Sunderland and Hannah Emily Anderson as Mary. Evie Templeton will play the role of Laura. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I don't even know who these actors are, which is good because I don't really like when they like cast the same people over and over and over. So I mean, it's whatever. When a mysterious letter calls him back to Silent Hill in search of his lost love, James finds a once recognizable town and encounters terrifying figures, both familiar and new, and begins to question his own sanity. The movie's description reads: Christopher Gans, who directed 2006 Silent Hill, returns as the movie director, as well as co-writer. Akira Yamaoka, sorry if I pronounced that wrong, the former Konami composer who spent 10 years working on Silent Hill game series, is handling the music. I think it's a good idea when they do bring back people who actually worked on the game. They did that with The Last of Us 2. And I think, The Last of Us TV series, they brought back the original writers and directors, producers, whatever. And I think The Last of Us TV show actually was really good. Again, one of the rare times you'll hear me say TV or movie adaptations is good. I think they did a good job, so I think it's a good idea to bring back some of these people. So the movie was first announced in October 2022, which this is the first time I'm hearing about it. So, and it's based on Silent Hill 2. So the one that they just remade is pretty much going to be another movie version of that. That must have been a lot of people's favorites because they're doing a lot with it. But it's also the third entry in the film's adaptation of the classic horror game and is the first since 2012 Silent Hill Revelation. That movie, which was also based on the original game, also starred Adeline Clemens and Kit Harington. In addition to the movie, it was recently confirmed that Bloober Team is developing a remake of the original Silent Hill game. I did hear about that, so we'll see how that goes. It's in the same studio responsible for well-received Silent Hill 2 remake that was released October 2024. So yeah. Like I said, it is weird the order they're doing this because they remade Silent Hill 2 and now they're going to remake Silent Hill 1. It must have just been more of a fan favorite. That's the only thing I could think of. But, I don't know. I'm curious to see how this movie is going to turn out. I know another horror game that they just remade was Until Dawn. And honestly, that game kind of looked like it could have been a good movie remake. But a lot of people were saying that it was not. So I don't know. I think all this stuff is very hit and miss. And we'll just have to see when it comes out pretty much. So yeah. On to the next piece of news. This one was kind of interesting. It really caught me off guard when I first saw it. So GTA, hold on. There we go. So I know a lot of you guys like to hear about GTA news in general. So when I found this, I was like, oh, let me talk about this a little bit, even though it's just kind of random. But GTA Online was in the works for GTA 3. A former Rockstar employee has revealed the developer's saga with multiplayer aspects of Grand Theft Auto series, revealing how GTA Online was in the works for GTA 3. Could you guys imagine GTA Online for anything older than the fifth? Well, I could see it for GTA 4, but really anything before GTA 4 probably would have been crazy. I mean, they did have online games back in the day, but I guess I just picture how GTA 5 is online, and I just think about definitely it wouldn't have been to that capacity, but it just would have been funny, just like these block characters like running around and stuff like that. But I want to see what they have to say. GTA Online, introduced alongside GTA 5, remains one of the most popular multiplayer games today. Even after launching more than a decade ago, the title still attracts close to 100,000 players daily on Steam alone, which I could see. I mean, they come out with a bunch of updates, so every now and then I'll go back and check it out too. But I was definitely more into it like when it first came out, maybe like the first 3 to 5 years or so. I would be on there heavily, but I haven't really played it a lot in recent years. Interestingly, new insights have revealed that we could have had this experience all the way back in 2001, which is like crazy for me to imagine. Um, GTA 3 could have been the start of GTA Online. Spotted by Games Radar, former Rockstar employee Obi Vermage recently spoke about Rockstar's experimenting with different types of multiplayer and online offering for several GTA titles. The multiplayer features were available with the very first title of the series, GTA 1 and 2, offering LAN multiplayer. However, the game state had to be 100% deterministic. Which meant that every game had to run in perfect sync at the same frame rate or the slowest PC, which I guess, yeah, makes sense. I would have liked to see at least like a beta version of this. Um, the real groundwork for an online multiplayer mode began with GTA 3. Vermeage explains that he prototyped a simple deathmatch for the game, which allowed players to kill each other, drag each other out from the cards, and respawn in the city. However, the mode never came to fruition due to timing constraints. The developers were not able to work on lobby scripts, working over networks, etc., and decided to scrap it. And you know, when you think about this, it actually kind of makes sense because think about how GTA was back in like the 2000s. They were pumping out games like back to back to back to back. So I guess they saw that like, okay, we're not going to be able to do this in the time frame because I think some GTAs came out like yearly, like back then. So I guess I respect them for just putting out another game because that was what was supposed to be GTA 5, right? It was supposed to be like what's it called? It was supposed to be like another story mode for GTA, and then they ended up doing like a like the GTA 5 online, right? So I guess in this choice they ended up just trying to make another game. So definitely interesting to see. Oh my gosh, my computer is like tweaking right now. 1 second. Yeah. So, yeah, 4, nothing before that. Yeah, I could see it with GTA 4, but anything before GTA 4, I don't know if I'd be able to picture a multiplayer. If anything, I would have maybe like thought of just like a simple thing, like what they said, like a team deathmatch or something like that, right? But I cannot see like what we have now, even in like a simpler form. I couldn't see that in GTA 3 because especially if that came out in 2001, like that would be crazy. So I'm just gonna read the rest of this and hope my computer will stop tweaking. A multiplayer push. Yeah, no, it's you guys. It keeps doing like these pop-ups, so I'm gonna have to leave the page. But yeah. So basically, let me see if I could like skim over really quick what they were saying. A multiplayer push returned with GTA Vice City. Okay, with Rockstar hiring several network coders. However, they again ran out of time and abandoned the mode. There was no push for online multiplayer in GTA San Andreas, as it was the last PS2 era game. Hence, they went for a local co-op mode instead. Why did they stop doing co-op? Because I feel like I vaguely remember that, and I don't know if you guys ever remember me talking about the Warriors game. They had co-op. Rockstar made the Warriors. That game had co-op, and it was really good. I always wondered why GTA never really got too much into co-op, because I feel like that would be the perfect game for co-op. The online aspect was finally brought to life with GTA 4, thanks to Rockstar hiring 4 programmers and several level designers who worked full time. And now with GTA 5, the online mode is better than ever, providing a solid multiplayer experience blended with new narratives, evolving PvP, and then it goes out again. So yeah, that's that's pretty much all that it was talking about. I don't know what's going on with these pop-ups on this one website, but yeah, that's pretty much what it is. I think it is interesting though, and it does make me question like whatever did happen to GTA local multiplayer. I think it would have been a really good idea to be able to just like have somebody with you at the house or something like that. Y'all both go on the game and just beat the missions. Especially, I feel like it would have worked perfectly for GTA 5 because they have like 3 protagonists. They had 3 main characters. So I wonder why they didn't let you do multiplayer. Even if it is like, okay, like this person has to do a solo, so the other person just like waits it out or something like that. I think it would have been a really good idea. But for some reason, because I'm sure it's Rockstar, I'm sure if they wanted to do it, they would have. For some reason, they just didn't. I'm glad what we got. I'm glad we got what we got. Honestly, yeah, no, I agree. Because realistically, how good would GTA 3 Online really be? Compared to like, because what came after that? Did San Andreas? No, it must have been Vice City that came after GTA 3. I think it was. Let me see. Here, I'll share this with you guys so you can see. Okay, so we have like these are the order that they came in. So GTA 3, yeah, so Vice City came after GTA 3. So imagine them pushing Vice City, like the classic Vice City game that everybody loves. Imagine they pushed that and we just like didn't get the same one, right? Geez, Grand Theft Auto Advance. I don't know why I've never heard of this or seen this. Oh, it came out on the Game Boy. And then San Andreas after that. Grand Theft Auto the trilogy, and then Liberty City Stories, and then Vice City Stories. But you guys could see they were almost popping these out yearly, which is crazy. GTA 4, GTA The Lost and the Damned, Ballad of Gaytonia, and these are all like DLCs, right? And that's what we were supposed to get with GTA 5, but they decided to keep pushing out the online modes. I've never played China Wars. I've seen a lot about it, but I've never played it. But I played almost all of the rest of them. It's gonna be fire in GTA 6 though, being that the series is way more advanced now. No, yeah, 100%. 100%. And I'm hoping that they like what is this? I'm hoping that they like learn from like previous mistakes, because I do think GTA 5 was really good, but there were some stuff that people wish didn't happen. So I hope that they can focus on both online mode and also put out more story mode, because I think that would have been really cool to see. So yeah. Okay. So I wanted to start talking about a little bit more about indie games. So I ran across this one horror game that kind of looked interesting. We'll see how it looks. But basically, let's see. It kind of caught my eye, but it's Out Fishing, a first-person horror fishing simulator announced for PC. So I kind of just wanted to see what this is about and watch it together. It's only like a minute, but let's see.
I used to come here as a kid. Pine trees, the still water. It almost felt like the world held its breath.
His voice is cracking me up.
The camp closed after the drowning. But something never came loose from that lake.
Why does this kind of remind me of what's that game? Slender Man. Just the way the way that guy like moved to the camera. Like that. I feel like Slender Man, like if you guys ever played that game, like the way Slender Man comes at you, oh my gosh. But I feel like he would come up faster than that, but like I don't know why that just reminded me of Slender Man. That was something, right? I think like maybe I can't expect too much because it's an indie game, which I guess I shouldn't say that because some indie games are really like high quality and stuff like that, but that was something. I don't know what I was expecting. I don't know if I was really expecting that though. If you guys have been, and I know a lot of you probably haven't been here, but when I like first started my channel, I did I used to do like a few gameplays, and I had this one gameplay of me playing Slender Man. If you know, you know, but that was way back. So developer Mun Mun Games has announced Outfishing, a seemingly benign first-person fishing simulator. Even its title suggests that it's cozy and chill, and it is during the day, but when the nighttime rolls around in the game, it turns into a horror game. It's in development for PC. And I just kind of miss these like kind of chill, not really serious games. It reminds me back of like when I was like a younger teenager, and like I used to watch Dashie, and he used to just play all these like silly like horror games. So I think these still make really good games, even if they aren't like the best. The developer describes it like this: explore a calm yet unsettling wilderness, search for rare fish and scattered remnants of the past. The time is your enemy, but the further you go, the closer you get to the truth. Fish, sell your catch, upgrade your gear, and build up your camp, a fragile safe zone. Where the lines between memory and hallucination start to blur. A lot of games do that thing with the hallucinations. The dynamic day-night cycle includes unpredictable weather that changes the conditions, including the fish you might catch. You also can upgrade your tools and fishing techniques up to and including vehicles. You'll also need to build and sustain your own camp. Check out the debut trailer on so I guess these are just pictures. Yeah, this is kind of freaky. I wonder how much it's gonna be. I think the build part kind of threw me off, but and like when he threw the fish into like the cooler and it like costed all that money or whatever, but definitely interesting. I do want to talk more and more about indie games because these AAA games just have not been hitting as much as they needed to be. So, we need to be more on the lookout for these indie games. Okay. So, this next game I kind of want to show isn't indie, but it's from a studio that doesn't make these types of games, and it's, I don't want to say it's disappointing, but it's a little disappointing, considering the nature of it. So if you guys, and I know some of you are, but fans of Alan Wake, Remedy Entertainment has now made a shooter game. When I saw this, I was like, like, come on, y'all. Like, why is everybody trying to make a shooter game? So Remedy, they made Alan Wake, or I should say they're known for Alan Wake. They're also known for the game Control. I never finished Control, but I did play a little bit of it to know the general consensus. I don't know. but it is mainly a story type game. So when I saw that Remedy came out with a shooter game, I was very intrigued, and I kind of wanted to react to it with you guys, to see what it's about. So yeah, let's just get right into it.
It's been 6 years now since we've been locked in with the Hiss. I don't care about your day job. If you can hold a gun and use a tool, Firebreak needs you. I'll be frank with you, this ain't an easy shift, but at least you won't be alone. Your fellow Firebreakers will have your back. Fighting together, fixing together, and hell, even showering together. If you can stand your ground and stick together, it'll be more than enough to survive.
Corrupted item loose on site.
On my way. So, that's the job. Sounds simple enough.
So it came out.
Good. I've got a
few
liability
days ago.
waiver here with your name on it.
So you could definitely tell that it is Remedy-esque, right? I mean, with the, like, little monsters and stuff that they have. I mean, they do tend to lean more towards horror, so that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, they can keep it so cheesy. Yeah, and that's why I was a little disappointed when I saw that Remedy was making, like, they're wasting their time on a story game, you know? At least it's not like a player versus player type shooter. It looks like more of like a player versus everyone, like Get Out. It almost reminds me, I don't know if you guys have played Rainbow Six Siege Extraction. I think that's what it's called. I think that's what that reminds me of. Like, you just go in and kill a bunch of zombie things and then like get out. So yeah, it is a bit cheesy. And it doesn't really look like it's much of a story to it either. I kind of wish that companies with so much talent, because y'all know me, like, I'm a story girly through and through. Game companies with so much talent narratively, it breaks my heart when I see them take this approach. And that's why it hurt too when I saw that PlayStation did it. So so I'm gonna talk a little bit more about the game. Yeah, PvP wouldn't work in this. No, yeah, I don't think so. So it looks like Remedy knows that a lot of people are not liking this game. And honestly, I didn't really see much like, what's the word, like promotion for it, advertising for this game, until I was looking for the news and I saw like this game came out and I was like, oh, look at this. Yeah, I was thinking that looks like they're copying R6. Yeah, definitely. So Remedy admits not everything has gone well for FBC Firebreak, pledges to improve multiplayer shooter as it launches to mixed Steam ratings. Remedy has posted a candid statement acknowledging not everything has gone well. So I'm sorry, that it's kind of funny, because imagine being a game company and just like posting, yeah, not everything's going well, because usually companies are kind of like bleak about it, I guess you could say, because didn't we just talk about we were talking about Inzoi, and last week I think we were talking about Inzoi and how their player count has went down, but they're like, oh well, player count doesn't matter when it comes to like story game or whatever. They're like just finding a way to spin it, but it's funny how they're just coming out and like, yeah, it's not going too well. I mean, at least they're being honest, right? Yeah, I didn't know about it until the Dreamcast guy review. Oh yeah. I feel like I've seen that guy before. But yeah, just kind of funny. At launch of his multiplayer Control spin-off FBC Firebreak and outlined it hoped to improve the game in the coming weeks. Sure. So it launched on June 17th, but it already sits on mixed users score on Steam, calling the launch an exciting and nerve-wracking time. Developer Remedy told players that it has heard feedback loudly and clearly, and admitted it's clear there are features that need to improve and to work on. We are improving some features starting now. While we can improve some features today and in the near future, some others will take longer and require more thinking from us. We will keep you informed every step of the way, but you're not here for platitudes. I can't read, guys. The statement added, "You want to know how we will improve your player experience in Firebreak, so let's get into it." Okay, whatever. We don't need to read all that. But yeah, I just thought it was kind of funny. Definitely is kind of cliche. So it's a little sad to see from such a creative company. They need to work on another Alan Wake or something. It is funny to me because I kind of heard that, like, Alan Wake isn't as big to people as I thought, because I thought it was a really good and big game. I mean, they had a whole showcase and stuff at the Game Awards and stuff like that. Maybe it's just not some people's thing. I don't know. Yeah, I think they gotta stick to Alan Wake. Yeah, they do. Or Control or something. I mean, I didn't finish Control, but it's probably better than what this was, right? So yeah, kind of sad to see. Here's another game that I saw that doesn't really get talked about a lot. It's called Blood Message. I don't know if I'm gonna watch this whole thing or not, but it's another game that looked kind of interesting that PlayStation's coming out with. And if you guys have heard anything about it, let me know, because it's my first time seeing it.
大唐还在的时候，丝路上的灯火从西域一直亮到长安，
What language is
能
this?
点亮天上的星河。
大唐离我们太远了，神佛还会庇佑河西吗？
我是认真决定的，我还是想再试一次。
今日我们所流的血，是为了把大唐带回来。
Would you guys play subtitled
必
games?
须在破城之前把宁带出来。
The game looks really nice, but the subtitles is what's getting me. Yeah, I think Chinese or like Mandarin or something.
安宁，等着我。
安宁，安宁，
阿爷，我将追随沙洲一举。
去长安，你这是让他们去送死！
Oh, really? I mean, this game looks good.
输赢成败，皆如沙上之大，风来即散，为众生之苦，长漫于天地之间。
回家吧，这一切毫无意义。天命所归，我才是大唐。
I mean, then again, we don't know if this is CGI or not. It looks like it could be gameplay.
什么都不会改变。
没有我的帮助，你走不出这片沙漠。
阿宁，走啊！
阿言！如果神不肯拯救
You
我
would
们
play
的
this?
弟兄，那就让我来。
Yeah, it does not look bad. I like how the concept seems pretty unique as well.
等着我。
是对信使，每个人都做好了有去无回的打算。
That's crazy. I wonder if it's gonna be like some kind of like story, like how do I say this, like that thing they just showed on the screen, or this or whatever. I wonder if it's gonna be like some story that's like coming true or whatever, because they did that in God of War Ragnarok. Like it was like a story that they wrote kind of similar to this, and it ended up coming true, but then he was able to like break the cycle. Hopefully that's not giving anything away for you guys, but yeah, that game actually looked good. And I think, I don't know if it's necessarily an indie game. I'm not sure who makes this. Yeah, I'm not sure, but I'll keep an eye on it. Yeah, it is giving that. I was thinking that too, like a little bit Uncharted, but it's like, I don't know. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. It does look like other games, but it does look unique at the same time. Because, like I said, we've been getting a lot of like Japanese type games, and I don't think this is necessarily Japanese. You could tell it's kind of in a different setting, to say the least. Okay. But yeah, I think I'd play that game. I don't think it didn't say when it was coming out. Wait, what's it called? Blood Message. I don't think it said when it was coming out. Developed by 24 Entertainment. China's next big game. It's China. China's next big game is wowing fans with its high gloss action. It is considered AAA. So that's why it looks like that, I guess. Yeah, it's putting its own spin on the concept for sure. Okay. I'm going to talk about something I wanted to talk about last week, but I didn't get a chance to. So I've talked about this again before on my channel, but the fact that GameStop is on a huge decline, and it's really, really disappointing. Even the other day, I was like driving past GameStop. I'm like, oh, I should stop in there, but I'm probably not gonna see anything worth buying / looking at. Because GameStop used to really be like an experience, but now it's more so just like, I don't know if I want to say money grab, but it's just not what it used to be, and it's really sad, right? So back in the day, GameStop would just like, you would go there for experience, right? So they had like the magazines, they had the little kiosks where you could play the games and stuff. And I don't know if it was just because I was younger or it just truly was better. I mean, my consensus from talking to, older people, younger people, is just that like it just used to be better, right? And even sometimes like they'll run sales that aren't even that good. And then they posted something on Instagram recently where it was like, I think it was like, you buy 3 used games under like $12 or something, and then you can like get one for free or something. I don't know, but I know on the ad that they posted, they were saying you could buy like GTA 5 or something, but GTA 5 was over the price that they were talking about, so it's almost a little bit like false advertising, or they're just trying to get people in, and then when you go in you can see, oh, I can't actually buy this game. But they've been doing a lot of like catfishing in that way and just like slimy stuff. They had Game Informer, but then they sold it off, but luckily Game Informer is back now, because I'm glad about that, because I really like Game Informer. But they've just been doing some things that show that they are not actually for the players, and it's really sad to see. GameStop is like every other store now. Exactly, and that's why I don't go in GameStop, because I could get the same thing probably cheaper at Walmart, you know? You know, sometimes you could get games for cheaper at Walmart or at different stores. Yeah, Kiosk Magazines, they had game props in the store. It was an entire experience. Yes, exactly. So I ran across this article, and I was kind of confused. GameStop could pivot away from games to focus more on trading cards? What? You're gonna be a whole store for trading cards? Now, I know there's a niche for it, I know. But a whole store just for trading cards? Are you gonna call it something else now? Like, I don't get it. In a recent financial update, GameStop CEO Ryan Cohen stated that the company's future could be tied to trading cards. He stressed that the recent growth of the trading card market could be a lucrative revenue path for GameStop to follow, potentially suggesting a pivot away from the ever-dying stream made up of physical game sales. At a recent annual shareholder meeting, Cohen explained how trading cards represent a natural extension of GameStop's business, and said that the concept of cards fits with the company's long existing trade and model. Deeply embedded. Ryan Cohen, the CEO of GameStop, has made a bold prediction for the future of the company, suggesting that a vast portion of the business will pivot to accommodate the buying and selling of trading cards, such as the recent Pokemon sets that have taken the world by a rather unhealthy storm. He said if it's our trade-in model, it appeals to our core customer base, and it's deeply embedded in physical retail, I guess. I mean, I do think that physical games are dying, but there's still very much an audience for it. So this is just kind of silly to me. It makes sense as the numbers are looking good for these highly sought out items in Q1. That's what's making me mad. They want the money. That's what it is. Because, I mean, yeah, trading cards, they can go for a lot. Like, sometimes I go to these, like, used game stores to see what I can find, because I collect old games and stuff like that. I see what I can find. And I can see some of those cards do cost a lot of money. And if you're into, like, collecting stuff like that, I know some people invest a lot of money into that stuff. So you could tell they're really going after the money with this one. In Q1 2025, collectibles made up almost a third of GameStop's sales, while at the same time, hardware and software sales continue to drop exponentially. However, the shareholder call also yielded a massive drop in share revenue after the companies revealed an enormous bond sale worth almost $2 billion. GameStop's share value plummeted by 20% in a matter of hours, prompting concern. The news came just 2 weeks after GameStop invested $500 million in Bitcoin. Oh my gosh. Which is reportedly part of a new strategy that we're not entirely privy to. It's a similar story in the United Kingdom, with Game, the main retailer for video games, winding down the sale of physical components, hardware, and software to focus on toys and knickknacks and trading cards. So instead of trying to kind of carve their own way in the physical space, they'd rather just go where the money is. That's basically where it is. So it's kind of sad to see. Yeah, I was thinking Walmart 2 trading cards. Right. Yeah, that's what I said. Well, they got to change the name then if that's the case. Yeah, exactly. Facts, the Queen of Lives is back, y'all. It's a money plot. Thank you, Ty. Thank you. Welcome back. Glad to see you here. Sorry, this GameStop thing makes me mad because I was such a huge fan of GameStop. So it's just so sad to see that they are dwindling like this. It's so sad to see. I wish that they could come up with something. Now, I'm not a store owner, obviously. And I'm not gonna say I'm not a business owner, but I'm not a store owner. I just feel like they could do something to pull people back in, even if it is like having some kind of specials to get people in to buy digital codes. Or I mean, I'm not a fan of digital. I think I make that pretty clear, but I feel like they could do something like maybe have GameStop be more of an experience again, and not just you walk in, there's a rack of games for higher than where you could get somewhere else, you know, and you just walk in, walk out. I mean, they have merch there, but it's like the merch is really expensive now. I feel like there's like a shirt's like $20 to $30. It's like, it's just not worth it, especially in today's economy. And it's like, I think they're working backwards. I feel like they want to make more money, so they're trying to sell stuff that's more expensive when it should be the other way around. I think they'd have more luck if they cheaped out a little bit, and that's just my opinion. If you guys have other opinions, let me know. But I think they really need to do better, because I really want to see GameStop make a comeback, because I love physical games. I would love to be able to go into a GameStop and play like demos of the new games or something like that again, because I feel like I walk in there and the only thing I see now is maybe a Nintendo kiosk. Sometimes they'll have like a PlayStation 1, and half the time they don't even work. Like, don't make me mad. Like, see, this is probably the most heated I've ever got on this live. I'm so irritated. They know they failing, that's why they're rebranding. Yeah, definitely. But I just think that they could like rebrand to something that's, I mean, I'm not saying that they don't have to like not do trading cards. I think they still could do trading cards, but it's like, don't get rid of the games, you know? Like, why are they giving up on games? I mean, gaming is bigger than it's ever been. I think they could bring people back if they wanted to. In this economy, would think they lower prices to attract customers and get rid of inventory. Yeah, you would think so. Instead, they're doing these stupid sales that's like buy two, get one free, or buy two used games, get one free, or whatever. And then usually they're not even good games anyway. Or they're trying to sell you on like, what's it called? Like the protection plan or whatever, which stupid. Like, and then I'm so sick of stores like trying to like upsell you and stuff like that. It's just, it sucks. And then they don't even pay their employees at all. I think I talked about this on my live like months ago. This might have been like when I first started doing lives. They don't really pay. Like, this one guy came out and like was talking about how bad it is to work at GameStop and why he's quitting and stuff like that. And there's a couple different things. So they had like, they're not paying enough. I remember back when I first started working, like after I graduated high school and stuff like that, I went to go look at how much, like, or I went to go look at a GameStop like job posting and stuff like that to like see how much they paid, how much it be or whatever. They were paying $8 an hour. Are you kidding me? Now, it wasn't that long ago that I was looking, but it was some time ago, so I guess it wasn't as high of like inflation, you could say, or whatever. But still, $8 an hour is crazy, especially because usually it's only like one, maybe two people in the store at a time. So they don't pay their employees a lot. And then also, I know they have to deal with like a lot of stuff with customers coming in and like trading in stuff and stuff like that. And then GameStop doesn't give you a lot of money for trade-ins whatsoever, but then they want to sell the games for like 5 times more than what they're giving people. Maybe they should focus on that. They should focus on that and stop trying to focus on trading cards, because I don't think they're going to have that good of luck anyway with the trading cards. Not to mention their trading progress. Yeah, that's what I was just talking about. Yeah, it's actually crazy, you guys. It's actually crazy that they're thinking about going to trading cards. Very insane, but hey, what can we do? I hope they get their priorities in check. Just to say, I hope they get their priorities in check. Yeah, $8 is insane. Well, and you know, I think the thing is that like, I think they think that a lot of people want to work there because it's like a game environment, so they don't pay people a lot, which sucks. But a lot of people would do anything to work with games and stuff like that, or even because at first I was going to school for game design. So what they were telling me is like, oh, get a game or get a job at GameStop so you could see like all the stuff that they do and stuff like that. So that's what I was looking into. But then when I saw they were paying $8 an hour, it's like I could get paid more at a grocery store. Are you kidding me? Like what? And that's what actually happened. I ended up just going to a grocery store. But yeah, it's sucky. I think they take advantage of their employees, and even if they did make more money, I still don't know if I'd even work there, because every time I see a GameStop employee, they just look miserable. So yeah, but that's all I have for you guys today. Their name only is not gonna bring people into work for them. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, so let me see. I don't think I have any news. Not really, no. Yeah, that was pretty much all I had for you guys today. I do think it was better news than we had last week, though. I feel like the news last week wasn't that good. But I think we had some better news this week. We have some new games that aren't being properly announced here, so I'm glad to shed some light on them now, because now I probably would have never saw that blood massage game or blood message game. I said blood massage, that's crazy. Blood message game, unless I looked, you know, because they're not advertising it really that much. So yeah, I'm glad to see, or excited to see, when those games are going to be coming out. And yeah, I will be back next week. As always, I hope you guys have a great week, and I will see you guys soon. Bye, guys.